Hi everyone, I'm Trevor with North Valley Search and Rescue. Today we're going to explore another video in our rope rescue series. As always, this video is for use in conjunction with professional training for North Valley Search and Rescue within the scope of our SOPs utilizing our equipment. This video is not a comprehensive training package, but rather a small component of training and should be used under the guidance of a qualified professional trainer. There are many methodologies and avenues to achieve a desired outcome, but paired or performed incorrectly can result in injury or death. All ratings discussed are with new, fully rated equipment under perfect conditions, which never happens. Used equipment, time, UV exposure, use, application, or any other condition or alteration will change the load capacity. All ratings discussed are approximations and are simplified for your basic understanding purposes only, not to calculate the actual loads or forces. We are glad that you're here with us today, and for a quick reference back to this video and others of ours, please click on the red subscribe button below, or just below that, the add to button and create your own playlist. Might I suggest naming one SAR. So let's kick into today's video. In this video, we're going to go over how to operate a lower haul system with clutches. So Todd's here to help me out, and we're going to be operating a main and belay system to be able to lower and raise a load up and down a hill in this case. So when we show up on scene, one of the first things that's going to happen is going to be a scene size up. So your team lead is going to take a look around, figure out what the system needs to kind of look like, what positions need to be, and who's going to be in those positions. Once he's determined what that's going to be, we're going to have a briefing, in which case there's going to be some role assignments and some responsibilities set up. So in this case, Todd's going to be on the belay line, which for us is always going to be the blue line, and I'm going to be operating the main line, which is always going to be our red line. We've got that set up. We would go ahead and put them together. We would not have these set up in that case, but we would put them all together and make sure that we do an individual functionality test. And then we would go and have it cross-inspected. So whatever Todd sets up, I'm going to inspect, and whatever I'm going to set up, Todd's going to inspect. Whoever set it up cannot also be the inspector. It's got to be a second set of eyes for us to be able to do. Once we've got it inspected and all of the positions are set up and inspected, then we're going to do a roll call, make sure that everybody's ready and nothing has been changed since it was last inspected by a third party, at which point then we're going to go ahead and operate. When we operate, we might hear 7 different commands that we might hear. The first one is stop. Whenever you hear stop, it doesn't matter who it is on the team, everybody can say stop. That stop is everybody stops what they're doing and stops moving because there's something that needs to be changed, something that needs to be modified, somebody's not set up, etc. Our next one is going to be lower, so we might be asked to lower the load. So we're going to say lower, and we might have to go faster or slower, depending on what my team lead says. When we get down, or the attendants get down towards the bottom, we might also hear the word converting. So that's where we're going to convert from a lower to a raise, which we're going to show you in this video. And then with that conversion, we're going to also hear raise. So raise is the next one, and when we're raising, we might also have to reset, which is our 7th of 7 commands, which is me up here on this mechanical advantage system, which I don't have set up yet, but resetting it so they know down at the bottom that they're going to be paused for just a minute. All right, so let's go ahead. Todd and I are going to go ahead and operate this system and go through that. So we can go ahead and undo our tie-off. And we're going to get all set. So you're going to notice at this point that our right hands are reaching over the rope, and the rope is extending out at 90 degrees or further back at any given time. They're not pulled forward. So 90 degrees gives us the least amount of friction, and if we need the rope to go travel faster, then we pull the handle back a little bit more or grip with a little less strength. Moving it forward, it doesn't provide us with security to be able to stop at any given time. So we're going to go ahead and take our handles and we're going to wrap them around into what I'm going to call ready mode. And we're both going to hear the command which is lower, and Todd is going to monitor my rope and his rope and make sure that they're feeding out at approximately the same rate. That's his job. Whatever the commands are that are yelled out, we're both going to respond to. So at this point, we hear the command lower. So we're both going to pull back on our levers, and we're going to let them go out. Here we go. We're starting to get the load to move. And we're going down, going down, going down. We're going at an appropriate speed. And at some point, our attendants are going to say, stop. So they just said stop and that they are at the patient. So we're going to both lock off in stop position our devices. So this is our time to convert over, in which case I'm the only one that has to convert because we're not setting this up as a twin tension system where he would also convert over. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and Todd, you'll notice, is tying off his so that he can be hands-free. Mine is in stop mode, and Todd, because his is the backup, I don't have to put mine in anything else. So for simplicity's sake, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this Prusik and I'm going to wrap three wrap Prusik, and I'm going to make sure that it is addressed and set. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to take my carabiner and my pulley and put those on that, and then I'm going to take this up and run this through the pulley, lock that off, make sure that my carabiner is locked, and now you'll notice that I have a 3-to-1 system. So my station has been re-inspected now that we made those changes, and if you'll notice that Todd has stepped on the other side of his DCD, and he did that for a couple of reasons. One is for here so that you can be able to see what's going on here with greater ease, but also it gives him a different vantage point to watch my rope so that he can match the speed and the tension of his rope with mine when he's hauling. So we're going to go and get set up to raise here. So I'm going to go ahead and set my tractor up. He's going to go ahead and untie his device. And both of our devices need to be down in standby mode so that we can pull, but they won't go backwards. So I just heard that they're ready and that they've asked for a raise. So we're going to go ahead and raise. And as I pull this 3-to-1, Todd's matching that speed over there on that side. And we're going to reset. So I yell reset. They know that they're going to pause and hold there for just a second. Now notice that I can let go of mine. Todd puts his into stop mode, and I can reset to move that back up the line. Now we're going to go ahead and raise again. Ready to raise? And I heard raise. And so both of our devices are in standby mode. And we're going to pull, pull, pull. And I heard stop. So our attendants are at the top. We're both going to put our devices in stop. And that was a full iteration of a lower conversion and a raise with our clutches. We hope this video was helpful in understanding this component of our rope rescue system. Thank you all for watching the video. Remember to subscribe below to have quick and easy access to all of our videos. We look forward to seeing you in class and out in the field.